Welcome back to the Cade and Joaquin Talking You podcast. I'm your host, Joaquin Venegas, with our other host, Cade.
Cade Hogan.
You don't get a last name.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with being like Cher.
And we're back. I'm tired. I've been awake since like 4 a.m.
Yeah,
so a lot of high energy today.
High energy podcast. Don't worry, everybody. Today we have a game show that is specially created for you, Joaquin. Oh my goodness.
You missed that? After every episode of old show?
Oh, I forgot you used to do
You
that.
get so mad.
I also used to have a catchphrase that I would say.
We love you all.
Yeah, I used
We
to say
don't.
that. I don't anymore. No. I love only some of you.
And those are very far in view.
Lisa.
Simpson.
Yeah, I only love Lisa Simpson.
Fuck this, dude. I already solved the game.
No, you're good. Okay. I'm clicking the slideshow button in 3, 2, 1. It says, okay. That was so that I can sync.
No.
Well, I'm explaining. We've done this about 4 times.
We already clapped?
I clapped. I think I clapped twice. I forgot, though.
I did it for you.
So, Joaquin, you've mentioned a lot on this podcast in particular that you think movies from earlier time periods look bad.
I need to get this right.
So, I have made a game show called Can Joaquin Guess the Movie Year based on a frame from a movie, a podcast game show. If you're listening on audio, you might want to switch to the video on YouTube because then you'll get to play along. Why are you calling out Ksenia for that?
She doesn't like watching.
We have a set now. Look, I don't care what people do. If you want to just listen to it, I don't give a shit. Now, Joaquin, let me tell you how this game is played. I'm going to show you a frame from a movie. I should have done an example one. Well, yeah, that's how it works.
That's the whole game.
But also, you get one hint. You can either choose to have me show you the title, or you can wait until I reveal the title.
Okay.
But you only get one hint each time. And you will be playing for a fabulous prize. Now, Joaquin, you've talked to me about this many times. So I have ordered you 50 New York-style Greek coffee cups.
Oh, my God! Holy shit! Are they disposable?
I don't know. They also don't have lids.
What's up with these cups?
I
still am not over it. The
I'm-
random Greek cup that's in every fucking show
They're
and
in
movie
every
ever.
movie. But I was watching when Harry Met Sally and they had the cup and I went, dong, there's got to be a prize. There has to be a prize.
Oh, my God.
Now, Joaquin, let's start with round 1.
Okay.
These are not done from difficulty because I don't know what would
be
indicate difficulty for this. So here is round 1. Boom. Now, the other stipulation I will say, all of these are movies I have seen. I don't know if that
He's
helps
wearing
you
a
at all.
turtleneck.
Yep.
That was a big kind of 90s thing. Maybe early 2000s because their style, like the guy in the back, looks fucking stupid.
Why does he look stupid?
And there's a lot of cheetah print going on.
Yeah.
Cheetah print gives me a lot of 2000s vibes.
Okay.
It feels 2000.
Tell me if you want the title or not, because I can give you the title and I might give you a hint.
Will that give me less points?
No. I think there's 14.
How's the points work, by the way?
Each one is 1 point. There are 14 movies. If you get 7 or more,
I win.
you win. If you get, I guess you should get 8 because that's a majority. No, I'll give you 7. I'll give you the leniency. If you get 7 or more,
leather was kind of coming back in the 90s, early 2000s. Do I have to do like exactly like I have to say?
No, I will give you like a like 5
So I
years on
can
either
say
side.
not. Oh, so I can't say just the 90s. I have to say like late 90s or early 90s.
You have to say a year, but I will give
I have to say
you
a year.
You have to say a year, but I will give you like a 5-year birth. Not birth.
That's bullshit.
A 5-year birth on either. So say for example, you guess a movie is like 19. Say we're talking about Ghostbusters. I know when Ghostbusters came out. Ghostbusters came out in 1984. Say that you think Ghostbusters came out in 87. So you would get that right because 5 years before 87 is 82. So you'd get that right because it's in that range. But it could also be something like
my joke.
I do like your joke. Very funny. Show it to the camera because no one else saw that. He wrote wrong and right, just like that. Perfect. But you could also technically from that range, if it was Jurassic Park, I think you could get Jurassic Park because 5 years from 1987 is 1993. So do you want the title for this
92.
film? 92?
Give me the title.
Empire Records. Have I overcomplicated the rules of this game?
Okay. I got it completely.
Okay, I was just like thinking about it. I was like,
I'm going to
said a lot.
go 01.
01? It is 1995, which means that you are 1 year out of the time
I was
frame.
going to say 99 too.
99 would have been
I don't
a
like
great
that. This is stupid. I was close though, so that's
that's
like the same era.
That was pretty good. I will say it was kind of the same era. This is Empire Records kind of marks a shift towards the more that no one cares. This one I think is hard. There's some that I think are very hard. I don't want to tell you that.
Who's that?
I don't know her name.
Well, these are modern cars. That's like a 2011 Chevy.
Okay.
That's a Ford Focus.
Interesting how I was expecting the car
stoplights and
to
the street signs. So this is like probably a 2014.
Oh, do you want the title first?
No.
Are you locking in 2014?
2014.
It's called Ruby Sparks.
Uh-huh.
This movie came out in 2012, Joaquin.
Let's
That was
go.
good. That was good. I think a big thing, and I will say this, that I noticed with this, film, it's really hard to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Digital, you can really, it gives it away.
Mhm.
I'll tell you why I didn't want to tell you who this is, because it's Paul Dano.
And
I was
Paul
like-
Dano?
Yeah.
I can't tell from... I was trying to look in the eyes. I was like, this doesn't feel like a Paul Dano.
And this is his real-life partner,
That's cool.
Zoe something.
Sultana?
Yes, Zoe Saldana
Saldana.
from Avatar. All right, round 3. Now, this is where I've discovered something that's very hard.
Okay.
If it's in black and white, in my opinion, it's so much harder to tell. And let me also, I've done 2 training rounds, not training rounds, but I did this with 2 other people because I wanted to get a gauge of
Is that
how.
a banana?
It is a banana. She's eating a lot of bananas in this picture. I did this twice before. I did this with Shogun, and then last night I did this with Audrey. And when Audrey saw this picture, she said, "Is that Nicole Kidman?"
Is it?
It is not Nicole
Okay.
Kidman.
I can see it, though.
I can also see it. I fully understand why she thought that was Nicole Kidman.
There's a lot of sailboats.
A lot of
I
sailboats.
don't see any... It looks like a motorized boat.
Interesting.
I'm going to go with like a 40... No, 40s weren't too... It was like late 40s things were going on. Early 40s, there was no movies, really.
You think in the early 40s there was no
Because
movies?
most men were fucking fighting in the war, so it wasn't that as many movies as there probably was in
That
late 40s.
doesn't prevent something from...
I'm just kind of basing it off.
Okay.
I'm spitballing right now.
Okay.
She's eating a banana.
Is the banana a real key to you?
No.
Okay. I can tell you she eats a lot of bananas
What's
in
the
this
name
movie.
of the movie?
This movie's called Modern Times.
Oh, fuck. I know this movie. That's like, it's a Chaplin film.
It is a Chaplin film.
29?
I think that's a great guess. If it was City Lights, this came out in 36.
Fuck. I was thinking 30s. I just didn't want to like...
Yeah, so for this one, I
gotta go with my gut because I was thinking 30s.
Go with your gut. Go with
Yeah.
your gut is always helpful. With this one, I knew if I showed you Charlie Chaplin, you'd be like, boom, I know when that is. So I chose the female love interest from this one, which is...
I did think I recognized her. Now it all makes sense.
Have you seen Modern Times?
Yeah, I watched it in school.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we watched it together.
Yeah.
All right.
This is a James Bond movie?
Nope. You think anyone who has hairy hands
Is that Sean
James
Connery?
Bond.
No, it's the hair.
It's not Sean Connery.
And he's old white. Okay, well, this looks like film. And he's using a
Yep.
really old camera. And he's wearing pajamas that old people wear. So this is
I like
definitely...
how you're picking it apart.
And it's in color,
Mm-hmm.
black and white photos of World War II.
It
So-
could also be
No,
Vietnam.
because you talk about the vest they're wearing.
Okay.
The
good.
vest they're
All
wearing.
right, interesting.
Ooh, that
interesting.
was...
It's a dry
That's
erase.
what pilots wore looked like. Maybe like a 63?
Do you want the title first?
Yeah, give me the title.
This is Rear Window.
I'm going 63.
63. This is made in 54.
I really got to stay with my thing of like I'm really just because I was on a roll with like after World War II.
I was like, he's gonna get this one.
Fuck me, man.
It's hard, right?
It's that I keep switching on my answer afterward. That's
Yeah.
what's pissing me off.
All right, here we go. This
Not
one's
in tune
hard.
with myself. What the fuck?
This one I think is one of the hardest ones
Is
in the
Kill
whole
Bill?
thing. This is not Kill Bill.
What's the movie?
This is called Irma Vep, which if you rearrange the letters, spells vampire.
Is 83?
That your final
Yeah,
answer?
that's the best I'm gonna
No,
get.
this is 96.
Fuck me, man.
It's hard. I feel like I'm proving my point though. That films
No.
throughout time.
Keep going.
Okay, great.
Okay, that's the girl from 50 Shades of Grey.
It is not, but Shogun also said that she thought that this was Dakota Johnson.
It's very early 2000s dress. You can tell by like kind of the long silkiness and like just kind of like the shit going on the shoulders.
I want to give you an extra hint for this one. This is not an American film.
I can tell. It looks like they're like in somewhere in the Eastern Europe.
Well, there's a lot of like American stuff that's they like
Buildings.
sets.
The buildings.
Yeah, a lot of 60s stuff.
That's the
is
Grand
set.
Budapest Hotel.
It does kind of look like the Grand Budapest Hotel over there.
I'm gonna fucking just go with like.
Do you want the title first?
Yeah.
This is The Worst Person in the World. Now, something that I will say, when I put the titles in, I feel like titles are also a pretty interesting giveaway for when they were made. Based off of, like, wording and specific...
92.
92? This film was made in 2021.
Fuck. Was that on film?
I believe so.
It looks digital though, does it not?
I think it...
It looks like they put a
Wait.
film like filter over it.
People have figured out how to do
That's
that.
stupid. I hate that.
let's-
Game's dumb.
Why is this game done?
Game's dumb.
This is proving my point.
No, I'm still right. Cause I'm also like the ones that I got wrong. I'm off by less than 10 years. Give me the title.
This is The 400 Blows. Now, I have another hint on this one. I have thought of different hints for these, and this I don't. The problem is my hints aren't that helpful.
Mm-hmm.
This is a classic film of a movement called the French New Wave.
You've talked about this before.
It's a huge thing in cinema history. Now, when it falls, you may not know. I also think that this kid bears a striking resemblance to that of Alex
84.
from High Top Films. 84, you think? This is 59.
Fucking A, dude. This is stupid.
It's stupid. I really, at this point, you have 6 wrong and 1 right.
One right. But I've had so many I was off by so close.
Now, here's the thing. I have no idea what I'm going to do with the prize if you lose.
I'm still taking it.
Okay. Now, this one might be hard. This one is a pretty...
54.
Do you want the title?
No.
You don't want the title.
No.
This is High Anxiety,
Still don't even know what that is.
made by Mel Brooks.
How old is Mel Brooks? He's like 80.
He's
90?
He's 96.
Was that making movies in the 50s?
He was not. He was working on the Sid Caesar show. This movie came out in 1977.
Hmm.
I also learned that
I can see that.
buildings are very hard. And this building is the same building.
I've already given up, so I'm not even like doing any more like investigative.
This is the same building used in the OC as the Harbor School. I like your investigative. I'll make you a deal.
I'm still taking the cups, so I don't even care anymore.
You'll take half the cups.
I'm taking all the cups.
You'll take half the cups if
I'm
you
taking
lose.
all the cups.
You'll take half the cups if you lose.
I'm taking them all. Oh, I know this movie. This is like this is a 20s movie.
Yep, it is.
And he falls off the thing.
Yep.
Go 27.
You're right. 23
okay.
is the end of that little 5-year
Thank
birth I
God.
gave you.
That's where the thing falls
This
off.
was safety last. Yeah, he's on the clock
That's all
tower.
real too. You know that?
It's not.
Well, most of it's practical. Like it's all,
I
it's
mean,
all
he
practical.
does it practically, but he's not actually
No, he's not
like
actually,
4
yeah, he's not
stories
actually,
up.
yeah.
But yeah, you can't do it with CGI.
But he's pretty high up though.
It's a menacing
Like,
drop
because
that
it's
he
a
has.
wide shot.
Yeah. This film was shot on digital.
Yeah, I could tell.
Okay.
I'm gonna go like 2017.
This is called The Wolf of Snow Hollow, directed by Jim Cummings, great filmmaker. It came out in 2020.
I was right. Movies
And-
nowis look pretty similar though.
If
Most of them at
it's
least.
shot on digital, it's hard
Yeah.
to determine. This is.
Oh, this is the that's I know who that is.
Yep.
Is that Britney Spears?
It is not.
It looks like Britney Spears. No, it doesn't.
Do you want the title of this one?
Is it a Bratz movie?
It is not a Bratz movie.
Cheetah Girls?
Audrey also guessed Cheetah Girls, and you're kind of right. This is Josie and the
Josie and
Pussycats.
Pussycat. This is isn't it like I want to say late 90s, but I want to go like early 2000s. I'm just like a 02.
01, Joaquin.
Yeah.
That was a great guess for you right
I'm gonna
there.
come back right now.
You are on the comeback. I think you
and
could.
it's over. Watch the next one to be like, yeah, we're
I
done.
think you could win if you get them all right. And then I hit you with this one. Now, I'll give you another
Okay,
hint.
first of all, they're wearing pajamas.
These pajamas are a thing that gave Shogun a big hint.
And they're brown.
yes, brown
Brown was really
pajamas.
big in the 70s.
Mm.
This thing, don't say noise, then you made me second guess myself.
Okay.
The lamp kind of feels a little more.
I'm going to give you the title for this one.
Okay.
This is called Eating Raoul.
I'm going to go 67.
This came out in 1982.
Fuck me, man.
What made you guess 67 for this one?
I don't know.
Okay.
I keep second guessing my answers.
You do. I was like, oh, 70s is kind of close. That's why I said minorities, because I was like, you could. If you hit like 78, you would have been able to net
know.
that one.
Oh, this is like 2019 I want to go with.
This came out. This is called
I know
On
this
the Count
guy.
of Three. Yeah, that's.
He just hosted the Golden Globes.
Oh, he did.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Also, he's gay.
I didn't know that.
I don't either. He said he was opening up like this thing. I was like, he's like, yeah, I'm really gay, and I was like,
That's cool.
that's never what it took it from gay. I'm not
This came out
saying
in
someone has-
2021. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
This is our final film.
That's what's his name?
You will not know who this is.
Looks like
Uh,
A looks like the guy from Ratatouille.
it's like
B
Linguini.
looks like the claymation show where it's the dog and the guy who owns the dog.
Wallace and
It
Gromit.
looks like Wallace.
Okay.
And C with Ray Liotta. I can't remember his name ever.
Joe Pesci
The other one.
with Ray Liotta.
The other three. He's Joe Pesci's
De
other guy.
Niro?
Yeah, it kind of looks like De Niro, like a young
Okay.
De Niro.
It's interesting that you had Wallace and Gromit because this is a movie called Man Bites Dog.
I'm gonna go like 2019.
This came out
I'm just real.
In-
I'm probably on like the other end of the spectrum here.
1992. I think that was a great guess.
Yeah, because I was like, it feels like this is some weird thing someone would do now.
This was a weird French movie. But yeah, so
French are
that's
weird.
the end of our little game show that we
got
have.
5 right though.
You got 5 right out of the 14. I think you did a good job.
I stand by my. I
Overall,
still stand by my thing.
how can you still stand by
If you
your
watch,
thing?
if you watch a whole fucking movie, you can tell it is where it's from. If he slaps a woman, 50s.
Yeah, this makes it okay. Well, that's different. You've been mostly arguing that based off of
I'm right.
film, like the way that it is shot.
You can tell this is. But you can tell for most of them though. It's just kind of the shots you gave me were really ambiguous. I was like, okay, well.
I gave you shots that were just still like
yeah.
These,
But
some of
like
these were
this one,
moving
you could tell.
frames.
Like this one, right?
Safety last.
You tell by what's going on. That's
Yeah.
gonna be a 20s movie, right? This was the hardest one.
The 400 blows.
The 400 blows, because I really couldn't fucking. That could have been like an 80s movie. It looks like fucking like it could have been like Fight Club.
Yeah, it could have been at any point.
This one,
Irma Vep, I think, is the hardest.
That
one.
was such like it looks like an indie film. So I don't even fucking know.
Is.
Okay, well fuck that. That's bullshit.
Why is that
indie films look
bullshit?
like shit. So indie films can't really have a.
What do you mean indie films look like
a lot
shit?
of indie films look like shit.
No, they
comparatively
don't.
Comparatively to this,
To
was
the
in
400
50
blow.
fucking 9. That was way better.
I also got a lower quality picture of this.
Oh, okay.
I didn't spend much time looking for the picture.
I thought that was the whole movie. It was like that.
I mean, there's grain. It's a good looking movie. It also just got a HBO remake.
I'm taking all those cups.
Why are you taking them all?
Because I want them.
Yeah, I got them for you as a fabulous prize, and you did not win the fabulous prize.
I'll hold you at gunpoint for those cups.
You aren't gonna not be allowed to use them when you're over here.
I'm taking the cups. I don't think you understand the whole thing going on. You're like, I'm taking the cups.
He's taking the cups, ladies and gentlemen.
Joaquin didn't take any of the cups.
This doesn't happen on Family Fortune.
They don't come with
That's
a gun.
not a real thing.
They don't come with a
Steve
gun.
Harvey isn't often assaulted by a gun.
They still win money though, no matter what.
They do, I guess.
Well, unless you're a loser, obviously. Complete
okay.
loser.
But I still
made it to like the part where you go 20 seconds on the board with something that is
I
blue.
literally gave you half
ocean.
the cups. I said you could have half the
I'm
cups.
taking them all.
You don't understand the way that this works.
You understand how I want the cups.
I know how much you want the cups. That's why I got you the cups as
They don't
the
come
prize.
with a gun.
They don't.
I'll bring gun bed and set it up. And then we'll have the whole conversation with the cups.
Specifically,
Specifically,
what bed are you gonna use?
my bed.
You're gonna bring your bed also.
I'm bringing the entire fucking frame. So
yeah. You're gonna be in my living room setting up gun bed. I'm be like, what are you doing? And you're like, not yet. Don't come in here yet. And then
Like
you
Christmas morning.
Oh, you have to wait till December. I've gone through those cups by then.
No, I'm saying like you want to come down the stairs, open your presents. Your parents are still setting up everything. So like, go upstairs. Wait. Like okay. Not yet.
Would did that happen to you? That sounds like a
Yeah, because we're like really excited. We want to come downstairs, and like we're still like they're still setting up like the music and the lights and
the music.
Yeah, my parents make it real festive. They turn the fireplace on, put Christmas music in the background.
None of this ever happened to me at my house.
Well, you aren't normal, so
that wasn't my doing.
You sat in your living room for an hour and a half just waiting.
I had the Tom and Jerry Nutcracker to watch. I had business to conduct. I didn't need to. I didn't.
We're gonna continue my point here that I'm taking those cups.
Listen, it was a fabulous. Do you agree that it was a fabulous prize?
Yes, I agree.
I was so excited about it.
How much were they?
They're like $20 for 50.
I wonder if those are disposable or not. Like, I'm really curious.
I think so.
But I'm not gonna want to use them then.
Because they're disposable?
Yeah, I'll run out of them.
You can get more.
I don't want to get more. If I just have them, I'll just have them.
So you're just going to have 50 cups? He's just going to have 50 cups lying around his house.
Yeah, in different places.
For no drinking? Just for cup?
Just for cup.
I mean, you could have like pens in one of them, said you always have one. Why do you need all 50?
Because I want them.
But you... Okay. This is a real cyclical conversation.
That's my answer, because I want it. Please fix this.
How do I fix this?
Pull the other end. Pull it. You're not pulling, you just held it. Just fall right back to it.
Let's do this after.
No point after.
But the problem is
you
could fuck up the audio, Joaquin, on a thing that's mostly audio.
You can just re-record all your lines.
Oh, all my lines.
You're
I'll
saying
ADR
right
it.
Now. Yeah, it's ADR.
I think I could really do that.
Yeah.
Especially based off of the great quality audio these cameras get.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I'll listen to it and it's like, and I'm like, oh wow, I'm so glad we have these
it'll
microphones.
come through static through your mic right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So instead of I have to listen back to.
Yeah, you see your lips.
I have to become an expert at lip reading.
Of course.
I guess it's
part of the job.
It also is funny that I'm like, oh, this is a completely audio thing after we did a fully visual segment. But it was worth it because I proved a point.
It's like a 5 right though. So I mean,
yeah, I was impressed.
If I got all of them wrong, then we're okay. Well,
I feel
also on every single one, I initially was going to say the exact era, and then I always second guessed it. So
not
I feel like
for every single one.
Most besides that 500 dogs one. 400 blows.
500 dogs.
Besides that one in that fucking weird Velm Dim movie.
Irma Vep.
I was on point with all of them. And I changed my answer.
Speaking of 500 dogs, next door, these people are in the Airbnb in my neighborhood
For a month.
Don't figure out where I live and
For
stay
a
in
month,
that
mind
Airbnb.
you.
For a whole month. And they have this dog.
He lives in a court.
I live in a court?
Yeah.
Like a jester, like a king?
Court, like a cul-de-sac?
I've never heard of that. I live in that house that Kristen Wiig looks at in that Netflix show about the woman who stands in the window across the street from the lady
Did
who
she
lives in the
masturbate
house.
in that?
I don't know.
Or
I haven't
sells
seen that.
pictures of herself and anything in it.
What the fuck? You watched it?
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You
I
watched
did
an
not.
episode of it.
I did not.
Anyway, these people next door have the loudest dog in the history of the planet, and we were
just
like,
barks.
they'll probably be here for a week. It barks a lot.
How'd you find out they were there for a month?
Because we called the renter dude, and he was like, they're there for a month.
What are they doing here for a month?
That's exactly my thoughts. What could you possibly do here for a month? We wanted to do something about this because the dog was just. It was This was us calling the dude who owns the Airbnb was the third or fourth call that he had gotten this week about these people's dogs because the dog is fucking going butt nuts crazy. So
what's more annoying is that they're just like, yeah, it's happening.
yeah, they don't do
Fuck
anything
it. Like,
about
what a
it.
tool you have to be to just do that.
So I put a note on the door saying, and I try to be nice. My Shogun says this is very passive aggressive.
It is.
I guess so, but also, how else are you supposed to say this?
No, it's not a bad thing.
I said, pardon us, but your dog's incessant barking is disturbing the entire neighborhood on a daily basis. To our understanding, you are here for 1 month. We would greatly appreciate it if there was another option potentially available for your dog. We wish you the best, the neighborhood. Because I did not want to take credit for it, but now if they are fans of the podcast, fuck you.
I was gonna say that. Like, what if they're avid listeners?
Get your dog under
And
control.
that's why they're next to the house for a month.
Oh, because to spy on us.
Know how freaky that would be?
I would hate that. I would hate that more than anything in the entire world. That would be the worst fucking thing
Thank God I don't live here.
ever. You're here all
And
the time.
The VPN is not on my house.
That's why this episode.
You gotta get a different. You gotta get a.
That's why this episode is sponsored by Surfshark
Oh,
VPN.
they say Nord.
No, Surfshark's the one that I have, so I'll support that one.
You gotta turn that shit on constantly. I feel like
yeah,
now.
they're just
'Cause
watching.
they can just
me.
really just find the VPN to your house.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, they have kids.
Your house gets DDoSed.
They could be robots. They could be children that are robots.
They could just have kids and still do that.
Why would you do that?
Why? I don't know. Fucking why people kill people who have kids? They want to.
Yeah, but if they're a robot,
You know what a thing called killcore is?
Killcore?
Or not killcore. It's like kill. It's a fetish people have. They want to be killed. It's like the same fetish of like wanting to be hit or choked. They want to be
What?
killed.
But why though?
Horny. Did I show you that audio?
No.
I think I showed you a video with it. You thought it was,
Horny?
no, the Bapo Beepo.
Yeah, you're the one who introduced that
Okay,
to
I
me.
thought so.
I don't.
Horny.
What do you get out of that? Like, what's your end? Is your end goal to die?
Well, it's like the same people that want to be hit in sex. What the fuck do you get out of that?
That I understand more because you have a physical reaction
It's
to
the
it.
same one. It's like the same getting the brink.
But if you
It's people like being choked.
die, then you don't have the sensation
Well,
anymore.
I don't think they're actually. Well, I mean, some people probably want to get killed, but some people probably do get killed. There's definitely somewhere a population that last shebang,
They're
get
like,
killed
"Let's
during
do a
sex and kill me during it. It's always people like people who like forcefully having sex against their will. They like,
Okay.
but not as in like they're actually being.
Don't say anymore. Say forcefully having sex.
Well, it's also a plant.
It's
so
a plant.
So it's a grain. So I swear to God.
Just keep saying the other one. No, obviously not.
People like that.
That's insane to me.
It's the truth. Honest God's truth.
I mean,
Honest to
like
God.
what you like. I don't want to hear about some of it. I guess I don't want to hear about the killing one because I'm going to be concerned. Like I was just.
What if you? It's like the same people like getting pissed on.
No,
Or
the
even-
fuck
or
it's
even
not. If you hear about someone getting pissed on, you're
still-
like, I want to hear about
It's
that.
just as weird though.
It's weird in the different way though. If you're getting pissed on, you're like, that's gross. Tell me all about it. If
I
you're-
wouldn't want to know.
I'd want to know everything.
I'd have the same reaction if I was gonna have sex with someone, and they said pee on me, and the other one said kill me. I'd have the same fucking reaction.
No, I think here's the thing. If they said pee on you, you'd go, what?
And
if they said kill me, you go, yeah, I got you. And then they're like, no, seriously. They go,
and then you
what?
So it's the same thing.
Yeah, but there's a little bit of a difference.
Same thing.
There's that little bit of pause where you're like, what? You think they're joking at first.
No,
Would you pee on
what if
someone?
she said for a Scooby snack, pee on me?
No. Unless I got to do it like they dress up as a fire hydrant. Then that's funny.
And they sit there with their mouth open
Why is their mouth
for
open?
a box of Scooby snacks.
Why is their mouth open? The other thing is, the thing about this Scooby snack thing we've established with me is I still don't like food or even Scooby snacks particularly. I like them enough, but
But it's not for the fact of liking. It's for
no,
the
it's
fact
for
that
the
something
I
something
have
you
to. I'm
do.
obliged from the laws of cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fucking know. I don't know what I would even think about in that moment.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying no and leaving. Like if someone says like a hot, steamy shit on my chest, I'm gone.
Here's the thing.
You know, I love the fact your mom listens to this.
Oh, it's great. Everyone we know listens to this.
That's fine. It's funnier that your mom
Here's the thing.
will hear this conversation now.
I like the idea of someone saying that to me, and then me sitting them down and being like, now why do you think that? And then I pull out a notepad and I'm like,
Think what?
huh?
Think what?
Think about getting pissed. Like, why do you
Okay,
like
I thought Scooby Snacks was the point right now.
No, we're at piss. I'm on piss and shit. Why do you
kill.
like that? Or kill. Kill
Right.
is out of my expertise. I can talk to someone about piss and shit. The kill one, I don't think I got under my belt. That one, I need to.
Okay, was that the same? Okay, where is hitting? If someone gets punched in the face hard during it, where would you put that?
I would ask why. That's more towards kill than piss. We need to make a spectrum. We need to like put.
That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. So the far left part of the spectrum, is that like just vanilla, like you?
I think
just
that
lay there?
no. I think
So
that
we're just going on a spectrum
I think
of weird.
vanilla is the middle, and you kind of have two different ways branching out from that. One towards kill and one towards poop.
We're just put like BDSM.
Oh, that's a good question.
That's what I'm saying. Is I think vanilla has to be just the far left, and then kill is the far right.
But I don't feel like poop is a step to kill. I don't think that's
But it's a spectrum though.
It is a spectrum.
It's not like one leads the other, just where it lies in the amount of what the fuck going on.
Feels like it leads to
No, not necessarily.
No, not necessarily.
You can make
You're
it
right.
one thing. It could be one thing. That could be one thing.
It can be one thing, but I feel like if someone say you're getting into it for the first time, I feel like you're not gonna want to jump head first into poop, but you'd be more willing to jump into pee.
I disagree. I think pee is wetter.
But poop is poopier.
I'm gonna throw up, dude. I just had like an image of just like fucking diarrhea on someone's like forehead, and I was like, oh my god. Oh, it was like liquid. It wasn't. It was what made it gross was like it being like liquidy.
Okay. I think it's kind of.
What about furries?
That's an entirely different subsection.
But bestiality.
That I don't think we can put on the spec. That's past kill, if it's on the spectrum at all.
Is it?
If you fuck
Past kill, murder, death over a dog, or dog over that.
See, the thing about it is it's just so different. It's so different.
But it's still you can base it just off the what the fuck. Base it off the what the fuck. Like when you say like, okay, this is what we're basing off, right?
Okay.
You leave the house and you get in your car.
Yeah.
Basing off that, how you say what the fuck is where we're gonna base it off of.
Why am I leaving my house and getting
Leaving
in my...
their house, like you're at their house.
Oh, so I've left.
Like you get in the car. Say she wants to pee on you, right? What the fuck you would do? You
She
get
wants
in.
to pee on me?
You want either one.
Okay.
You get in your car and he goes, "What the fuck?" And then she wants to she wants you to kill her, right? You go in a car and go, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
That's what we're basing off right now.
The pee one I think is funnier. Pee and poo is gonna make you laugh.
No, it won't.
When you're in the car, you're like, that was crazy.
Oh yeah. I
That's
thought you meant in the action.
no, in the
Sorry.
action, you're like, what? I shouldn't have done that right into the microphone. Anyway, the kill one, you're gonna sit in the car and just reevaluate everything about yourself.
Not by yourself.
You're gonna reevaluate something. So with the animal one,
You can swim faster than a hippo.
do I think I could swim faster? Absolutely not. Hippos killed the most people in Africa above any other animal.
What about like a cheetah?
Do I think I could swim faster than a cheetah? Probably yes.
What about a duck?
Ducks aren't particularly fast swimmers. If they're taken off,
What about a
maybe.
swan?
Yeah.
Could you outrun a flamingo?
Run?
Outrun a flamingo.
Are they? I don't think they're particularly fast. Probably, yeah. This feels like it's leading to something. Okay. Yeah, I could outrun a flamingo. No problem.
Do you fight a flamingo?
Absolutely. I don't think I could fight a swan.
Really?
Swans break your arm, dude.
A flamingo can't?
I feel more confident in my
I
ability.
feel like a flamingo could kick you in the chest. Hard.
Really?
Mhm.
They got those stick legs.
But they put their whole body weight on one with incredible balance.
That's true. That's true. But they aren't heavy, are they?
I don't know.
I'd imagine a flamingo
look it
top weighs like 25 pounds.
The heaviest one is 8.8 pounds.
8.8?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's light.
You cannot get fucked up by
I
a
really thought they'd
flamingo.
be heavier.
Why? I guess they're like size-wise. I also thought they'd be a bit not that light, but I didn't expect them to be heavy.
So the one that's heaviest is wow, tallest it can get is 5 feet.
That's tall.
4.9. Sorry, 4.9. I read it wrong.
That's still tall. Like that could peck a child that like a toddler's eyes
Yeah,
out.
maybe
Do they peck? What does a flamingo do?
they do. That's how they get in the water and they go.
Do you know why they're pink? I actually do know this. This is not
because of what they eat.
because they eat shrimp.
Shrimp, yeah.
And that's
interesting, right? Because aren't they naturally white?
I think they're born white, and something about the pinkness of the shrimp goes through. Then I don't know what the shrimp does. It infects them. It's like a toxin that makes them pink, I think.
Interesting.
I also want to give a quick update. I have now seen the pilot episode of Velma like 8 times.
What was Audrey's reaction to the show?
Audrey had a very interesting reaction. She did not like it.
Good. Okay, I was really thinking you were gonna say.
I was expecting for some. I wanted to say this to her when she was over, but I don't know why I did. I just forgot. I was real like I would start a thing and then turn into another situation for some reason last night. I don't know why. I was expecting. I like saw the buffer wheel in my mind going.
The beach ball.
Yeah, it was the beach ball. I was expecting a lot of like what the fuck, like a real like kind of loud and verbal.
Oh, what was the Scooby thing? How did that go?
They still don't call her Scooby. She's just Gigi. So maybe that was a thing that was. But Shaggy's. There was a whole episode where Velma calls Shaggy a beta, and he learned how to be a beta from his dad, and then he's like, "I'm cool now." But they didn't make him. They had. I'm gonna say this.
He's a beta male though.
The show had a fucking golden opportunity to make Shaggy go and become Red Shirt Shaggy for an episode, and yet they just gave him a leather jacket, and I think that was a big miss. I'll say it, Velma. I really try to support you.
Why?
Because I think that everything has merit. I try to not pick it apart by being mean. I don't want to be mean, but I'll be mean on this one specific thing. You fucked up by not making him Red Shirt Shaggy. What is this face?
Don't be mean. Why? Why don't you want to be mean?
Because a lot of people worked very hard on it.
And they made a bad thing.
But that doesn't mean you should be mean about it.
Why?
Because you should appreciate that people had to put their time and effort, and people who had passion about it, and people who are just trying to do it for their... Like, so many people worked on it, that it's something that is deserving of credit for still being made, even if it is bad. And you can talk about what's bad about it, but you also have to give merit credit where credit is due, because the show, it looks good. Like, the animation is done well.
It's falling off, though.
You keep saying... The art direction's good.
Art direction... I liked the first episode. I thought the first episode looked really good. Everyone after that just was like, okay, whatever. I feel like they put most of their effort into the art animation in the first episode, and everything else just kind of looks not as good as the first.
The first episode probably had a higher budget.
Yeah,
that's what pilots
yeah,
were.
Yeah, but everything else just looks shitty comparatively to that.
It looks fine. It's the.
I just don't get the whole point. You can't critique them if they.
You
suck.
can critique.
Look, you can't say they're bad at it. You can't say it's bad if they made something bad.
You can say it's bad, but you can't just exclusively say it's bad, I feel. You have to still give credit where credit is due. If you think if you're talking about a movie, you can't be like, this is bad and blah, 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 blah. You have to be like, this is why I think this is bad. And you don't have to present an option as to why you think it's better, but you still have to give credit where credit is due. And I generally don't like that version of film criticism where you're just being mean.
I think if it deserves it, though, it deserves it.
I disagree.
Because, I mean, like, it doesn't do anything right, though. Besides the basics of, okay, it's 20 minutes long, has animation, has voice acting, has characters. That's basically everything it does right in the matter of a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
For an animated TV show. Everything else it needs to do does bad. Voice acting, kind of fucking hot garbage.
Glenn Howerton
plays who?
He's Fred. He's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah,
I don't
okay,
think
fine.
he has the best material. Sam Richardson.
But it's fine, though.
Sam Richardson is doing pretty good as Shaggy.
Sam Richardson still sucks as fucking Shaggy. I hate his voice in it. Me personally, hate it.
I think Sam Richardson is doing a very fun Sam Richardson performance and a very not great Shaggy performance. But I like him in the
That's
role.
what we're doing, though. He has to play... Oh, yeah, it's a great guy, but he's not doing the right thing right, then he fucking sucks at it. That's just the fact.
Anyway, moving on. I want to bring something up. This past weekend, me and Isaac spent a lot of time going around handing out flyers for our feature film that we're casting right now.
How'd that go?
It went... we drove around for 8 hours.
When the fuck did you do this?
Sunday and Tuesday.
That's not the weekend. That's like one day of the weekend.
Well, it happened. I don't know. I didn't remember saying the weekend. I'll be honest. I did not remember saying the weekend. I thought I said last week. We went to a movie theater, a local movie theater, the Alamo Draft House, and we were like, this is going to take a lot of talking. We're going to have to really figure out how they're going to let us do this. We went up to the guy. We said, hey, we got this. And he said, okay, we have a pinboard over there. There's so many places we went into. They're like, okay. And me and Isaac would walk in fully prepared. It was cool, though. It was enjoyable. We headed out at colleges, different local theaters. We went to one place twice, both on Sunday and Tuesday, and both times it was closed. And we were like, what in the fuck? It was infuriating. But if you want to audition for our movie, I'll put a link in the description.
Link in bio.
Link in bio, as they say, the influencers.
Hit that bell
Oh, great. We're doing this.
and press that red button that says subscribe.
I was about to be like, the red button? What the fuck is
The
that?
nuclear launch code.
Ooh. Remember when that thing happened in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Where they're like,
You know, Jim Carrey was there.
he hit the button?
No, he was there and he got the notification and he decided, well, like, I can't do anything. So he's went on the beach. He was just sitting there just waiting for it to happen, like waiting for his final moments. I think with like his daughter and I think his assistant.
Do you think that that's why Jim Carrey said that after Sonic 2 he wanted to retire from acting?
I mean, when he said that changed his view on life.
Yeah.
Because when you're going to die to a all-coming force.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Or an all-empowering, like, overwhelming force. You're going to die by it no matter what. I mean, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Like, you can't escape. He's like, can we get off the island? And like his assistant was like, there's no way. Like, there's nothing we can
scary.
do. He's like, he said when he felt such internal peace and happiness. He wasn't even scared.
That's crazy.
I think he was on. I think the Graham Norton show.
That's filmed in Hawaii?
No, he was on the show.
Oh, he was
like,
talking about
it. I think that's what it was. I don't fucking know, but he was just. And I was like, man, that's
crazy,
right.
That's an insane thing to have to go through.
Yeah,
I remember it happened. We were in school. I remember being
that
in
was
science
that was in
class.
the test. They were just testing out the system because I was in math class and we were all talking about like when it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
that's
and then
when
they went off.
they were just gonna test like, hey, this is what thing
I
we're doing,
remember the science teacher was like, "Whose phone is that?" And we were like, "Ours." It was everyone's phone.
and yours.
And she's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot 100% about the nuclear testing thing."
It wasn't just nuclear testing; it was just meant for like disasters in general.
I thought it was a related thing for some reason, the nuclear thing, and that time that it went off in our class.
I think it just happened around the same time.
Oh.
Because the thing that we got was just like, so whenever like Amber Alert happens,
Yeah.
or there's like a storm or a
Yeah, it was
tornado,
like the modern
and your phone
equivalent.
goes, that's what that was testing for.
Yeah.
And I think maybe a couple months before or later, the whole Hawaii thing happened.
Okay.
'Cause I have family there too.
In Hawaii?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
my dad's side. So it was just like really weird. Just like they're about to fucking die right now.
Yeah.
It's all over for them. Like right now.
I can't imagine how that would affect you. Like, I'd be so curious.
For that story about the Russian, it was during the Cold War, and this because they would have people like 24/7, like in the nuclear launch bay. So they turn the keys, and press the button in the 60s maybe, and all of a sudden the one in Russia, like those two guys there, and it started fucking going crazy. It was like I think it was like 100 plus nukes coming at Russia right now. And they're like, fuck, we gotta put it on. And one of the guys went, wait, what? 100 plus? And like, because I mean, like during the time of the Cold War, it was like walking on thin ice the whole time.
Yeah.
Any moment, like you could just believe, like, okay, about to happen. So he's like, there's no way. And so they waited, and he was like, he almost got fired. I think he might have gotten, no, he didn't get fired, but he was based on the point of like threatening, like they were threatening his life to be like, you got to do this right now.
That would be
And he's like, there's
movie.
no, yeah, right. I could probably not telling you completely accurately, but he was like, there's no way this is happening right now.
Yeah.
And they waited, and it was just a mess up on the radar.
That's crazy.
Just messed up. Yeah, but imagine that though.
If it's 100, you have to
He
think.
prevented a nuclear holocaust.
He did.
Like,
Good
by just
job
thinking,
on that guy.
Yeah, right.
Is that what the Hunt for Red October's about?
That's submarine.
Oh.
With a nuke, I think it has a
I think it's
nuclear
nuclear
warhead on it, but not the same way though.
Okay.
That's a great movie.
I've heard good
It
things.
came out in what, the 70s, I think?
That came out in 1990.
That's an older movie. Hunt for October. I think then there's a remake, is there not?
I'm talking about the Sean Connery one.
Then there's an original one that came out in like the 70s, I think.
1990, I was wrong.
Was there two of them?
No.
I'm thinking of some other war movie then they made two of. That was kind of like in that aspect.
Crimson Tide?
No.
That came out in 1995. That had Gene Hackman in it. No one cares.
I'm thinking there's a book maybe.
It probably was a
1990. What one would you say? 92?
I said 92 as my guess.
This is 90.
I said 90 out loud.
Oh, okay. I got confused. It is a book.
Yeah.
It's Tom Clancy. 84.
Oh, I didn't know it was Tom Clancy. I just knew that the movie was directed by John McTiernan.
Tom Clancy wrote a lot, dude.
He's a very prolific name.
He's dead, right?
I don't.
think he died recently.
I have no clue, but I've
He did die
never had
recently.
interest in Tom Clancy. His name
2013.
is
Well,
that's
not recently.
semi-recent. It's within the past 10
It's
years.
10 years, yeah.
That's we can count it as recent. If it's 9 years or less.
Did you know that
recent.
there's a football team based off Edgar Allan Poe?
Is it the Ravens?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that was based off of Edgar Allan Poe, but that makes them cool.
And their mascots are 3 ravens: Edgar, Allan, and Poe.
Oh, that's neat. That's
Yeah.
neat. I like that.
Yeah, and Edgar, I think it was the mascot, like the guy who plays like the guy inside the suit, obviously, got hurt in like the preseason,
Okay.
and so he was out all year. Then like a couple weeks ago, he came back in like in a wheelchair, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, Edgar." He fucking like jumped out of it. Everyone was like, "Ah!"
And he went,
And he was going crazy, and everyone was fucking. The crowd lost it. They still lost the game, but I'm
The
pretty
only
sure, but-
time that I've ever experienced Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven is in a Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors episode where they recreated it.
Interesting. I don't think I ever read anything by him. I had to at least once for
I
school.
think that we had to read it in high school a little bit. But that didn't mean we read it. Because I certainly.
I hate reading.
I have really come around. I don't like reading fiction. I like reading comic books for fiction.
Comic books I can read. That's fine.
But when I'm reading like chapter books, I prefer to read nonfiction for some
I just
reason.
don't like sitting down. Even comic books is hard for me, admittedly. I just don't like the whole sitting down and just keeping my brain. I literally just can't have my brain focus on one thing at once. I just can't do it.
Let's talk to a medical professional. That would be fascinating if we got like a doctor on the podcast. I'm tired of
they
this
would
trumpet.
hate you
Why would they hate me?
because
I'd
you wouldn't
really
ask
good
anything
questions.
seriously, and I would ask some pretty serious. Unless they're like a cool doctor.
Well, we're not gonna get a lame doctor. We're cool dudes with nasty tudes.
Come at my ass.
All of this is getting cut off.
Why?